Okay, so I'm just finishing melting some candy melts in the microwave right now. Give it a chance for people to hop on. Okay, so I'm gonna make a couple different cookie pops today. And they're Christmas cookie pops. And like I said, I'm melting my candy melts, getting all those ready to go. As you can see what's going on. So we're just melting this down. There's still a couple little chunks in there, so I'm just gonna pop it in there for just a little bit longer. And then we're gonna start to decorate our cookie pops. Okay. And I'm also melting some purple too. Thought that would be kind of a nice, little bit of a different color. It's like a lavender. Sometimes it's kind of fun. I like traditional colors usually, but I do like to pop in non-traditional colors ever so often, like pink or purple, especially like a lavender. Okay, pop this in for a few more seconds. We're gonna check on our white melts. I think we're probably good with these ones now. They're a little thicker than they usually are. Might want to add a little bit more, or a little bit of vegetable oil. Usually I don't have to with the Ghirardelli melts, but for some reason, they're like a little bit thicker than usual. So I think I'm gonna add just a teeny tiny bit of vegetable oil just to lightly thin them out, not very much at all. Just a little less bit. Just want a nice smooth coating. Okay, that looks pretty good. And it kind of settles back into it really nicely. So I think that's going to provide a really nice coating. So we have a little parchment paper square here. I like to use parchment paper squares for my cookie pops because then I can easily move them around and not have them all on one piece of parchment paper together. So I have already started doing some of the work. I pre-coated it, put the stick in there and then coated it in a light layer, but I always do, especially with the white melts, I do one coat and then I'll coat it in whatever final color that I want to do. So we're going to start with coating it with white. Move this over a little, or actually move it back here so you can still see it. Okay, so we got our melts here, and then we're going to fully dip it all the way around. And then we're just going to tap on the side over here, trying to tap off excess. And if we see like any little air bubbles, we can try and pop those too. I'm going to grab a little pokey tool to do that. Could do like a scribe tool or a cake tester. This actually might be, yeah, there we go. And a little bubble right there. A few little bubbles there. And we can just tap, 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 tap to get rid of those and make it all smooth. Oops. Okay, and then we're going to gently scrape And I like to take off more than I need to on the back because we're not going to see the back at all. But then the front is nice and smooth. Looks really good. And then we can set it right on here. And this first one, I'm going to do something super duper simple. I actually made this ahead of time. Oops, come out. All right, so this is a cute little Santa hat, but I did like a little half one. So it's a little Santa hat kiss. And I actually have a video that I'm going to share with cupcake toppers where I show how to make a full one of this. I've shown different versions, but this one specifically has a marshmallow right here and a little marshmallow bit, I can't talk today, dehydrated marshmallow bit on top right there. And while it's still, you know, it's not set yet, we're going to just gently pop it right on there so that when it sets, it's going to stick. And that's all we're going to do for this one. We're going to set this one aside and then see how it looks. I think it's quite cute. Okay. And then let's check on our purple melt really quick. Our lavender, I should say. Again, we're trying something a little bit different with having the lavender. Actually, these look pretty, oops, sorry, I bumped you. These look pretty good. See, they settle pretty nicely. So I don't think I actually need to add any candy melts to these ones. These look really good. Okay, so grab another parchment paper square and grab another cookie pop. And we're doing the same thing. So got our melts right here. We're dipping to make sure it's fully coated. Like I said, I already did that first coat. It's almost think of it like a crumb coat, making sure that you kind of keep all of the cookie crumbs in that first set and not have any in your final layer. Almost like when you're making a cake. And we're gonna pop those little air bubbles. There's a little bit right there that's not covered, so we can fix that too. And then we'll continue tapping to get rid of those little dots. Oop, little air bubble escaped. Oh, wait. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that looks nice and smooth. Again, gently scrape off the excess. Move that to the side, and we're going to stick it on our parchment paper square. And there's this one little part that doesn't want to stay closed. That looks better. Okay, so we're going to take, this is actually something I haven't tried yet before. I'm kind of excited. So we're going to do, where did my scribe tool go? There you are. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of our purple, try and get it both in here, and we're going to add little dots around and then kind of like swoop through. Just adding little dots. We're doing like a wreath. Okay, almost done. A little more over here. Okay, I'm going to take my scribe tool And we're gonna run it around through our purple. Okay. Looks kind of nice. Looks, I'm just wondering if I want to make it a little bit bigger. I feel like I want to make it a little bit thicker here. So let's add some more. Kind of on the inside too. We're making sure that we do all this before the candy melts set, but if the candy melts do start to set, I can show you what I do to kind of remelt them carefully while they're actually on the cookie. Okay, and let's do the same thing again with our scribe tool. Bring it over this way a little bit. Okay, I like that better. I like it a little bit thicker. And then, oh, I'll be right back. I forgot to grab my sprinkles. Okay. Okay, so for this one, I think I want to use these ones from Sprinkle Pop. They are the Sugar Plum Fairy. I think they're just really pretty, and obviously it goes with the purple. So I'm going to pour these into a little bowl on this side to make it easier. And where did my food tweezers go? There you are. Okay. So then we can add, if you look at this mixture, it has a lot of little teeny tiny bits and then some big chunky pieces. So I'm going to grab some of the teeny tiny bits and then we're going to go around our wreath. We're going to try and keep it right on top of the wreath specifically. To go on this side, no biggie. Just a little bit more. Like the little glittery bits and the shiny bowl sprinkles are fun too. Okay. And we can go back and add some of the bigger pieces. This one has some snowflakes. So I can go add that in. Just make sure it connects somewhere on the candy melts and it'll stick. And let's add a bigger one of these. And hello, how are you today? Thanks so much for joining. Just decorating some Christmas cookie pops. And let's do another one of you. Oops, oops, oops. He wants to roll away. Okay, didn't get messed up too badly. Sweet. What else should we add? Let's add another snowflake. Those ones are so pretty. It's a chunky snowflake. Hold on. Come here. Snowflake wants to run away from me. Okay, I got it. Stick it over here. Stick another one over here. And let's do, just kind of filling it in wherever it seems like it needs something. If you want to do at least one more snowflake, let's move you this way. Oops. On the wreath. There we go. So obviously could easily do this with green candy melts. I just decided to try something a little bit different today. Where else? You need a silver over here. Oops. Go right there. Okay, I think that looks nice. Let's add another purple over here. Oops. Oops, oops. Hello, Lovey. My dog's whining at me. What else do you need? I feel like I need something. Do. A little baby purple over here. Sure, that looks good. Get over there. Okay, it's gonna be on like the inner part of the wreath. What else? That spot just needs a little bit of a something to fill it in a touch. I know, baby, hold on. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Oops. Stick a little star on there. Okay. So we're done with this one. Like I said, we'll lift them up at the end. I want to make sure they set first. So that one was number 2. We're going to set our sprinkles out of my way. Okay. Well, let me check the chat just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hi, that looks pretty. Oh, thank you. Have a great day. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having it's a little bit chilly, but I'm excited that it's finally chilly because it felt like it took forever to start feeling like it was actually winter or almost winter. So it was very warm for a while and now it's just freezing. Okay, so let's do another, let's just do a basic one. Let's check on our candy melts first though. I think these need to be warmed just a little bit just to make sure that they come cleanly off of the cookie. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day as well. It's actually really bright and sunny today. Last weekend it was, or the past 2 Saturdays in a row were super stormy. And then it looks like tomorrow's actually going to be a bright and sunny day. Okay, grab our candy melts. Okay, we look good with the candy melts. So we're gonna coat another cookie pop. See a little air bubble. And again, I like to poke it while I'm still kind of tapping it because it'll help it settle instead of already being on your parchment paper. This one doesn't want to go away. Good. That should help. There we go. And a gentle little scrape. Okay, then we can clean up our stick a little bit later if we want to. Let's do some holly and berries. And for these, I always use food tweezers. They look like this. And I like to stick the berries on first. And then we can stick our holly. Oops. Okay. And you can either leave it as simple as this, or we could add a little bit more to it, maybe add a couple more groupings. I kind of want it a little more full, so I'm going to do that. So let's add another 2 sets. And just one more. How's your guys' holiday season going? Can't believe it's already mid-December. This month is flying by like crazy. Okay, so there's our holly and berries one. Like I said, you could do 1 or you could do 3 sets like I did here. I think keeping it just like that is super simple and cute, but I wanted to see what it looked like a little more full. And I'm done with those. I'm gonna check the chat again. Do you guys have any questions? I know it's super simple. It's not a very long live today. Let's see. Let's do another basic cover with the whites candy melts. And for the white candy melts, I'm using Ghirardelli, the white vanilla melting wafers. I just like them as a nice plain coat when I'm doing stuff like this. Because overall they have a nice consistency when we're working with it. So and the lavender, I'll need to look at the bag remember what kinds, because it's not Wilton, it's some other brand that Joann's has started carrying. Oops. This one's very persistent with the bubbles. Okay, that looks better. And I'm actually going to set this one aside to let it cool first. And then let's coat another one. I don't know if I mentioned this yet. I like to tap it with the side that's going to be facing up, obviously facing up right now, and have it flat when I'm doing it, not tilted to the side, because sometimes the candy melts can kind of get this weird texture to it, this weird pattern on it, and it just makes sure that it gets nice and smooth by tapping it in this way. Okay. Oops. Thank you, sister. Okay. Let's see, I have some, oh, I had this idea I really wanted to try. Let me see. I'm gonna do it with you guys. Okay. I need marshmallows. I saw this really cute thing, and I cannot remember the creator off the top of my head, but she made these, it was a Grogu or like Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. It was this cute little treat that was themed with that, but because Grogu at one point has like a cup in his hands, she made a cup out of a marshmallow and a sprinkle, and it was like the cutest thing ever. So we're gonna do that right now. So I'm grabbing some marshmallows. Stick you back here. All right, and then we're using these candy cane sprinkles, but they're not like multicolored, it's just the, you know, the red ones or the white ones. I'm gonna grab the white ones. Actually, I'll do a couple of each. I think this is gonna be freaking adorable. Okay. So I have my handy dandy food scissors here. You probably don't need them, but I feel like with this, it's gonna make it easier. So these are gonna be our little, oh, this one might be too. Let me try and get a couple more wide ones so that they actually stand. Oops. I think that one's better. This one. Okay, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay. So we're gonna take our little sprinkle and we're gonna just barely dip it into our candy melts over here. We're gonna line it up and we're gonna have it like this. And just grip it right here. And then just barely dip it so that right here and right here get some candy melts on them. We don't want very much. Just the littlest bit works. And then we're gonna take our marshmallow. I'm gonna try and wrap around my phone so you can see this better. Okay, oops. So I got a marshmallow. And then we're going to stick this right on our marshmallow and hold it there for a few seconds to get it to stay. Ooh. Just like that. And it looks like a little mug. Isn't that the cutest thing? I'm gonna do a couple more of these. Hi, Lily, I can't give you sprinkles. Same thing. Just, I'm not gonna give you sprinkles. Okay. Just like that. Just hold it right up against it. And it makes the perfect little handle for, that's kind of hard to see it, but the perfect little hand. You're so loud with your breathing. I see you. It makes the perfect little handle. I'll do the couple of red ones too. Oops. Almost lost it in the candy melts. And same thing. Just lightly press. And I cannot remember the creator's name, like I said off the top of my head. I'll have to go in the comments later and tag her, at least write her. I follow her on Instagram and TikTok. I was like, oh my god, a mini marshmallow and a sprinkle. It's so easy and so darn cute. Just like that. I'm loving this already. Okay, let's let those set for a sec. I'll also check the chat, make sure I didn't miss any questions. We are good. Okay. I can hear you. Thank you. My dog is very persistent right now. Here, I'll show you. Here's my baby. This is Lily. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we got, we're finishing up our other 2 cookie pops. We're doing, I think, a total of 5 today. So let's see. I was waiting to see if this one would set so I can show you how to kind of remelt it carefully. I think it, yes, it has set. Okay. So with that one, I'm going to grab some little nonpareil sprinkles. Okay. So these are some of my favorite sprinkles, although it's kind of harder to find them now, but they are pearlized, kind of a Christmas mix of nonpareil sprinkles. And the pearlized ones are like this really pretty shiny, almost kind of metallic effect, but not totally. I just think they're really, really pretty. So these are one of my favorite Christmas sprinkles. So to remelt, if you have a cookie pop and you're working on it and you're like, oh no, it's set quicker than I expected, we're going to take our handy dandy kitchen torch and then we're going to just very gently melt the top of it. Just a little bit. I can see that it has a little bit more of a shine now instead of kind of like that matte, it's already set up kind of a thing. It's a little shiny. I'm going to do just a teeny bit more, and I have it really far up and away to make sure that it's not going to burn the candy melts. And we're constantly moving the torch at the same time to make sure, again, that it doesn't burn a spot of the candy melts. And then we're just going to just add some sprinkles. If they want to come out, there we go. See? So you can just do a super simple one like this. You could also do drizzling candy melts over the top of it and adding the sprinkles then. Those are definitely some more really basic, really cute ways to do it. that one to the side. And we're bringing this one back. I think the candy melts on our little cute mugs should be done. I'm going to melt some chocolate candy melts really fast. I just remembered that would be the perfect little touch. I know, I can hear you. Okay, and check the chats. Like I said, ask any questions that you have. I'm back. I accidentally went out of the app for a sec. Okay. So we're on our last cookie pop of the 5 that we are doing today for Christmas. There we go. There's our candy melts. So we're doing chocolate because it's going to add a nice little touch to the top to make it look like a cup of hot cocoa. They're nowhere near melted enough though. And then I also have these little teeny tiny candy canes. I think I'm going to try and add these to the cups of hot cocoa because I think that'd be adorable. So once I get my chocolate all melted, we're gonna pick out some of the nice little, mix of colors like this one. They're not totally striped like a typical candy cane. Some of them actually are. Like this one's perfect. I'm gonna set one aside if it wants to come. Oops. And this one. And let's grab you. Okay. So we have our cute little candy cane set aside. Okay, then our chocolate looks good. Okay, let's set our cookie pop to the side for right now. Okay, and then you probably could use your spoon, but because they're so tiny, I'm going to actually use a little food brush just to add it to the top because we don't need a ton, just a little bit to get the effect that we want. Okay, and before those set, I'm going to add our little candy canes. I'm gonna try and kind of stab it in there so it looks like an actual little candy cane in a cup of hot cocoa. It kind of wants to pop up, but I think if I hold it there for a sec, it'll look like the little candy cane's gripping the side. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And same thing with the one right here. They're so tiny. That kind of looks good. Just adds a little color, a little something something. Okay. There we go. It's so cute. Oops. Just messed up the chocolate. This one doesn't want to stand. There we go. Okay, and last one. We might not use all these, but I figured I might as well make a couple while we're doing this. There's a little cup of hot cocoa with the candy cane. A couple of them do not want to stand, but that's okay. So then we're done with our chocolate. We're going to set this to the side for now. Okay, and we're going to take our cookie pop and we're going to gently remelt it just like we just did. There we go. And I think I'm picking my favorite mug, little mug that we just made, which I think might be this one. Okay, it's got a cute little mug. And then I'm just going to pop this right in, oh, it's so tiny, right in the center. I'm going to press it. Oh, it might already be setting. Oh, darn. Okay. It's a little harder now that the marshmallow's on there because it's going to want to toast, but I'm just kind of putting heat all on the sides, nowhere near the marshmallow. So then I'm going to take some more of these cute little things right here, and we're just going to decorate it with little candy cane hearts. Oops. There we go. We're going to put a few of these around. And speaking of cocoa, what's your favorite kind of cocoa? I'll pop some single ones around here too. I think mine depends on my mood, but it's hard to beat a classic peppermint hot cocoa. Okay. And this kind of just turned into almost doing like a candy cane wreath around a cup of hot cocoa, but that's sometimes how the designs go. kind of transform into something else. Oops. Okay, we're almost done, and we're gonna look at our final cookie pops here in a sec. Scooch down a little bit, or not. And completely set up. Instead of using the torch, I'm going to add just the teeniest, tiniest bit to the back of this so that it'll stick. Okay. I think I want to add a couple little bits. It needs a little something else, but not necessarily a full candy cane. Right there. And let's add a little thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop. It feels like there's something. No, I'm gonna stop here. I think it's good. Okay, so check the chat again. Will probably wanted a marshmallow. Oh, true. She'll have to have one marshmallow. Okay, so our cookie pop roundup from today. Let's start with our most basic one. Is definitely the sprinkle one. It's simple, but it's very cute. So that's number one. And then let's look at our wreath that we did. With the, oops, one of them wanted to pop off, but that's okay. So here is our sugar plum fairy wreath. I think it turned out pretty good. I think I might want to even make it a little tiny bit thicker too, just to make sure you can still see it behind the sprinkles. And then our simple but very cute holly and berry one. Like I said, you can just stick with the one set or do all three like I did. Very simple but very festive at the same time. Okay, and then we have our Santa Claus hat, which, like I said before, is part of a regular size marshmallow that I cut. And this is a mini dehydrated marshmallow. And then this is a peppermint kiss. I think it's pretty cute. I just cut them in half, and then I think I mentioned earlier that I am doing a cupcake topper video that I'll show how to do the full version of this. But you literally just cut the stuff in half. And here is our, raise this a little bit so you can see it better. This is our hot cocoa peppermint cookie. Kind of ode to peppermint hot chocolate. What do you guys think? Which one's your favorite? Try and kind of get all 5 of them in here. There we go. Oops. Okay, so there's all 5. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. But that is it for our live today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If there's no other questions, I'll double check one more time. We are good. So if, like I said, if you have questions, pop them in the comments and I'll respond to them later. I hope you guys are having an awesome holiday season. It's going by very quickly. So I can't even believe it is the 16th already. But we're going to do another live next week. I might move the day, but I will let you guys know very, very soon. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you later. Bye.